everyone, welcome back to another vlog. I feel like I haven't vlogged in a long time and I have so much to share. I have just like so many insights to share with you, a lot of like energy updates, just so much stuff. So I wasn't even gonna vlog right now. Essentially the reason why I was really deep in my luteal phase after my last vlog, so right before my moon cycle, and that's like a really big time where we as women usually feel a very strong call to withdraw, especially if you're tuned into your body. If you really override it with your mind, of course you can. I just like really wanted to withdraw. I was so outward in my last cycle, right? Like for women, your cycle is kind of like a cycle of your life. Every month is literally a cycle, and if you begin to track it, for example, your bleed is like symbolic of the new moon, and then you go through your entire cycle. Your ovulation is like the full moon. Like the women's cycles align with the cycles of like the lunar cycles, and so we have like not only like life is literally just cycles on cycles on cycles. Like it's like our own moon cycle, then the lunar cycles, then the cycles of planets. Like that's why oftentimes people draw energy like spirals and things like that, because it's just like literally all these cycles. Same thing with like the flower of life, or a lot of sacred geometry is just trying to show all of these cycles that we have in life, and all of them are like layered and they make like this perfection, which is like indescribable, right? Like how can you take, it's just magic, right? You take all these different cycles of patterns of behaviors of life, right, in life, and you layer them and they create like the human experience or like the spiritual experience. It's really interesting. But today I'm like on day 2, kind of like 3, but day 2 of my cycle. And again, I wasn't gonna vlog, but I just feel called because there's so much. March is a really big month astrologically. There's a lot happening, and I feel like I had this like strong feeling. Like I woke up and I was like, you need to vlog today. Like it was very guided. It was like, you need to vlog today. So right now, when you're watching this, we are in Pisces season. Pisces season is a very like weird season because it's symbolic of the 12th house in astrology, and your 12th house is like everything that's hidden, everything that's taboo, your subconscious mind. And so Pisces season brings this all up. So things that you might have been like suppressing or feeling deep down or trying to ignore, like maybe you had feelings for someone, I don't know, or like you were feeling a specific way, or like you've had these thoughts, like it's like things that have been under the surface, they come up because life is about to prepare you, because Aries is the beginning of the astrological new year. So technically, energetically, the new year begins when Aries season starts, because Aries is the first house in astrology. Aries is the beginning, it's the baby fire. So right now you can think of it as we're like basically like in December, we're like in Pisces season, which is the 12th house. We're at the end of a cycle. So the cycle that started last year around Aries season, so think like March 21st, March 21st, whatever started around then is now coming to a full circle. So whatever lessons, integrations, whatever was happening then, it's coming to a full circle. And so life is trying to kind of like bring anything else up that needs to be addressed or understood or integrated so that you can move forward. It's also really interesting because a lot of people host retreats around this time, and I hosted my retreat in Sedona last year around this time. And so it's just interesting how like we're like as spiritual beings called to do, it's like such a perfect time to do ceremonies and retreats and like allow things to come full circle. So if you felt like, I don't know, overwhelmed, or you feel like a lot's coming up, also Venus moved into Aries, which is a huge shift. So you might feel like so inspired to like try new things, do new things, like things that you might have been like, oh, I don't know, like you just have a sudden burst of energy, of courage, of like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like for me, this is, I've really felt this, like just things that I would be like, oh, I don't know, and make excuses about out of nowhere. Like especially last week I was like, that's it, I'm doing this, that's it, I'm doing this, I don't care if this is far. I like basically it's like removes all your like excuses about stuff. Like Venus in Aries is very much, I want new and I want to take action. So we have this energy going on as well, and the best way I can explain this like energetic period, the way that I very much see it, is it's like a main character loading energy. So basically it's like, it's a rebirth, it's like a death of a lot of old parts of you, plus like a rebirth. And in this space, like it's like almost like the womb of a mother is where we are right now. You are creating this like next version of you. So like allow these next 3 weeks to be like you're loading the main character. You are like seeing, like you're like removing what doesn't work, you're removing habits, people, things you won't tolerate, like remove all the bullshit, like remove anything that you're like this, anything that you don't want to go with you in the next energetic cycle, or even if that's literal or energetic or metaphorical. get rid of it. Or and it could also very much, Venus is about beauty as well, so you might want to like reinvent your look. Like you might be like, fuck it, I want to change my hair, I want to change my style, I want to change my makeup. This is like very common if you're going to want to change perhaps your appearance. This appearance in beauty can affect so much. It could literally be like as simple as changing your makeup, as someone wanting to get like even plastic surgery as more of like an extreme, which that would be like other planets would show that. But just as an example, like there's a strong need for a newness, like a new image, a new way of expressing our beauty, and we feel very passionate and like energized by it. And so like this is like, these 3 weeks are really that time to like load up that main character. And so this kind of like little glow up with me vlog, I've been really feeling this energy, like a bunch of things that I'll talk about it more as we get into Aries season, because I'm kind of like in the process of a lot of it, so it's hard. I don't like to talk about things until I feel like it's fully integrated in a way. Not always, I'm a Gemini, sometimes honestly I just want to share, but like I would have had a lot of things I wanted to do, but like it would be like an activity, for example, but it'd be like, I'd be like, oh, it's too far, or like, oh, I don't want to do the research, or like, oh, like I don't know, this is stupid, like, oh, do I want, like, should I invite people to go? Like I would basically make it like I would make all these excuses for all these things that I wanted to do. And literally last week I was like, that's it, like I'm done with excuses. Like I don't care if I'm gonna go do it alone, I don't care if it takes me like if it's far. I just like I had this kind of moment last week where I was like this is cliche, right? But like it's like if it was your last like week on earth, just as an example, or like I don't know, like if you're like even in you fast forward 80 90 years, whenever it's the end of your life, like do you want to be like, oh, I didn't do these things because it was far, or like because of whatever excuses, right? For me it's just like sometimes things in LA are far, like an hour, over an hour, but at the end of the day, like if I can listen to an audiobook, I can be productive during that time. Like it's just so wild the excuses the human mind makes not to have new experiences sometimes. So I just like broke past that. I was like, no, like I'm just like done, like I'm just done playing mental games and having mental loops of like reasons why I'm not doing something or whatever it may be. And I just had like a huge breakthrough about it. And then now I feel like I'm in that main character loading energy where like I feel the need to revamp so much. Like I'm right now adding a lot of different pieces. I'm very intentional, as you know, about what I buy. I haven't hauled some of the stuff that I've gotten, but I will. Like I really, I want to, I don't know in my head how I'm going to organize it. But essentially I've been like creating a new capsule collection wardrobe for spring. That's like part of my main character loading energy. I've changed a lot of my skincare. I've been, you know, I'm really into skincare as well, but I've been like really emphasizing it. And then right now I'm going to Sephora because I just like, I don't know, I have this thing that happens like once a year where I get over the way I'm doing my makeup and I have a whole new way how I want to do it. And it's usually like inspired by someone, like usually I see something and it like sparks this whole thing. So like I just am over the way I've been doing my makeup. Not my eyeshadow, but like everything else, and I have a whole like, and it was like such a burst of inspiration. Like, you know, it's like, you know, it's inspiration when it's just like flowing, when like it's like idea after idea, or you're guided to something. Like it's been so crazy. I don't know if you're experiencing this too. I'm driving by like an airport area, and like I think it's private jets landing, or like a little plane, flying a plane, so cute. But essentially it's like, sorry, I like literally forgot what I was saying. I'm so sorry. I just have so many things on my mind right now. Like I just have so much I wanted to share, so I was like, I have to vlog. Oh yeah, you know, it's inspiration when it's just flowing to you. Also, I felt like things have been materializing really quick. Like I don't know, because maybe it's an end of a cycle, so it's also like anything you've been working on is kind of like coming to fruition, / that new Venus and Aries energy. But for me, like let's say, I don't know, like I'll think about something I desire, and then like I'll find the perfect item, like it'll come to me in some way. Like it's like, you guys, it's been wild. I don't know if you've ever experienced this. It's almost like magical. It's almost like Instagram ads in real life. But like, do you get what I mean? Like, for example, I'm like, oh, I don't want to tell you certain things because I want to share them, but like I wanted this thing and I was very particular about it, and I kind of like let it go, and then I literally found that exact item, and for like such a good deal too. So it was just like crazy. And then there's another thing that I just scripted about with I'm running right now a money mastermind, a money mastermind. It's like a 3-month with a lot of amazing people inside, and it's bi-weekly, so we had it on Sunday, and I guide them through exercises and activities. It's very powerful. And one of the things I scripted already, the opportunity for that came to fruition, and it's Thursday, but it came yesterday, so it came on Wednesday. So it's like, It's like I literally scripted about it, and then 4 days later, the opportunity came. And another thing, you guys, I mean, I just have to share this with you, because if you ever experience this, please leave me in the comment. Like, I would really love to hear. Another thing, oh my gosh, where the fudge is this? Okay, another thing, I thought about this thing, another thing I desired on Sunday, and then something kind of sparked that similar thing on Monday. I'm not sharing a lot of details with you because like I'm in so many of these things that are like happening, so I just want to be in it. And then like I'm bringing the podcast back for season 5, by the way, as soon as Aries season starts. So if you've been like, where has your podcast been? Unlimited Abundance is the name of my podcast. A lot of episodes are uploaded on my YouTube, but you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So if you haven't had time to catch up right now, because you have like 3 weeks pretty much, maybe a little bit less, until the new episode launches, new season comes out. So definitely, I think I'm in the wrong thingy. Okay. Yeah, so you have like so catch up on any episodes that you've missed. There's so many amazing ones. If you want a good one of where to start, it's the Modern Feminism is BS one. It's really good, and then the lies women have been sold is really, really good. But what else was oh yeah, so that's gonna come back, but I want to like integrate all this, and I want to share an Aries season, but I'm wanting to give you an insight, because while you're also in this energy, you can understand also there's a lot of endings and beginnings. There's a lot of astrological events, a lot of things with Pluto, a lot of things with Saturn. We have a spring equinox, new moon, which I am hosting a ceremony. That's one of the most powerful days, by the way, to manifest ever. I don't care if you've never joined a ceremony, this is the one you need to join. This isn't even like me promoting, this is me literally telling you, because it will be so worth it for you, because I'm combining, it's gonna be a spring equinox, new moon ceremony, because it literally is like setting your intentions for the year. Just like how you would set intentions for like the literal new year, this is like an energetic new year, and I'm gonna guide you how to do like an offering ritual. It is powerful. Like it's not one that you want to miss at all. It's like one of the most powerful ones, so definitely that's like a must. It's on, I believe it's on March 21st, so I really highly suggest coming to that one. I also am hosting another ceremony while we're in this energy called Transformation, Birthing a New You, because we are in such a powerful energy right now. This woman's like, I'm just gonna go in this one, I guess. So those are just some upcoming ceremonies. You can buy through a one-time ticket, you get the full replay. You can also join Divinity, you save money, you get access to both events. You know the drill. Okay. 1 hour parking, these are very strict signs. Do people in the park for more than an hour here? And yeah, so I just wanted to share that. So like, recap, right now we are in March. At the first few weeks, we're in Pisces season. We are in the main character loading energy, endings, beginnings, finding out what you want to let go of, finding who you want to become, and be that person. Like, do what it is, like feel into who you want to become in this next cycle, and embody that version of you. If that version of you has different hair, change your hair. If that version of you dresses differently, dress differently. Like, it's like right now is like the time for you to like be in this daydreaming energy, to tap into who is this version of you in the next year, and how can you embody her. For me, a big emphasis, which is this really just came through to me, like channeled, was that in this next cycle, I want to embody my sensuality more. I already feel like I express it through pole and things like that, but I feel like sometimes I don't connect the dots. Like and this happens to a lot of pole dancers, like in pole, they're super sexy and sensual, and it's like a safe space, and then in real life, like, or outside of pole, they're really calm and timid. Like, for example, there was this guy, an example of what I mean by this is, once I was, and I see this in my pole classes, but I saw especially with one guy, it was like, it clicked for me, like, okay, so he himself is like so shy, so timid, like so cute to himself. Then when the music came on and we watched each other freestyle at the end, like usually in 2 groups, he was sensuality embodied. Honey, he was giving. My jaw was on the floor. Like, he was so, his sensuality and like eroticism was like so beautifully embodied. And I find that can, like, that's why pole is amazing, because it can be like a space where if you've never explored that part of you, that's such a beautiful space to do that. And if you want somewhere else to start, this is my course, Feminine Awakened, the Feminine Awakened, the Awakened Feminine Awakening. Oh my gosh, I read it last year. Is like one of the best places to get started embodying your femininity and your pleasure and all that stuff. We do movement practices, we do breathing, like it's so beautiful. like, so, and then pole is also beautiful because you can like really dress, you know, you're in thong and in bra and 8-inch heels around a pole. Like, it's amazing, but for me, I really want to connect that sensuality back and anchor it in more of like my daily life, because most of the week I'm holding space, I'm running courses. Like right now I'm teaching Feminine and Nourish, I'm teaching Let's Get You Rich, the 3-month money mastermind. I hold space in the ceremonies that I host. I have one-to-one clients a lot. Also, I opened up every week. I open 5 to 6 spaces for one-to-one clients. I'm booked out this week that you're watching this, but that doesn't matter because by the time you'll see this, it'll be for next week. Next week I have a few more spaces, so the week of March 7th through 13th or 14th. So, and I've divided them either into a feminine embodiment session or a business session, because that's what most people come to me for, and it's easier for me so I can serve you best to know when you book like what you're booking for, so that if it's a business thing, I can look at your business or your website before our session and show up that way. If I know it's gonna be feminine embodiment, I know to have my other tools ready for our session. But yeah, so I've been bringing that back. So I hold so much space, and so I feel like it's like, that's why I feel like probably I fell in love with pole, because it was like the space where I could be really in my feminine. But my biggest thing, one of the things for my biggest main character loading, is to bring my sensuality like infuse into my daily life and not have it be like just at pole, because like at pole I have no problem being, you know, being sexy, being me. And so I feel like also with my wardrobe for my spring capsule collection, for my new me, it's very like sensual and sexy and feminine. Like there's a big focus on that. And even in like with the skincare, like pumping up my skin and just feeling more like radiant and youthful. And even with the makeup, like I have a whole different vibe I want to embody. And so yeah, I don't know, I'm really excited to share. So I'm gonna go into Sephora right now. I have a whole, like, I already know what I want. Like I don't like to go in without knowing, because otherwise I just get a bunch of stuff, you know, and then you're like, okay. So then I have like everything. I have like a whole list of everything that I want, so I'll do a haul with you guys and we'll go shop together to create this new main character vibe. Also, my new main character version of myself has like really bouncy, voluminous hair. So like I saw that trick, which is like you like take a roller, right, and you roll it towards your hair, and while you let your hair dry. There's like a way that I do my hair that's like the best way that gives me the look I want, because like the heatless way is like hit or miss. Like I did the heatless curls last night and I had to really touch them up, and like sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. But like I'll do a video on it one day. But essentially, I'm just gonna tell you, you do the roller, right? I haven't added this part in, but I know it'll work well because I've just done it separately. And then you like part like this part of your hair, you put the roller forward, and then you curl your hair, but each curl you pin. So like with like a claw, like a mini claw clip. I need to order more of them, but just like a metal clip. I'll link some on Amazon down below. And then when they'll drop and they'll be really tight, but you brush them out and then they look so big and voluminous. And the first day it's like a big sexy blowout. The next day it's just like a little bit more blown out. And it's just like that look that lasts. That's like my main character energy for this new energetic cycle vibe. So we have this, we have the sensuality, the sexiness, and like that's what I'm embodying. So let me know what I hope that this has like sparked this inspiration in you of like, okay, ooh, like who do I want to be in this next cycle? Let your old self die, let the bad habits die, let the judgment die, let the fear die, let the shame die, and let's reinvent ourselves. Okay, let's go shopping. I must be an it girl, because literally almost like half the items, well 3 of the items that I wanted were all sold out in the exact like shade. Like they'd be like in a different shade, but like the one shade I'd wanted would be sold out. Like it's so crazy. And then I was just like, okay, let me just check other stores. And she's like, girl, you have great taste. All the items you want are sold out. Does anyone else experience that? It's like the thing that you want, and then I like looked online and it's not even in stock in line. And then when you look like to see other stores, it's like out of stock at every store. The only store that it shows that it's in stock at is 15 miles away. 2 lip colors, one for like my everyday main character energy vibe. It's the Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balm. I mean, the packaging is beautiful for Hourglass always, but essentially it's like a twist up, and it's like a tinted lip balm, and I love the color Mist. I highly recommend. Oh, it's so nice. It applies like kind of thick. Like it feels like a really thick lip balm. When I put it on way too thick, okay? I went too hard. I made an error. Gosh, it's so pretty though. It's like very thick in a good way. Like it feels like it'll last on your lips. So good. All right, we love that. Then I got a darker shade as well, the Phantom Lip Gloss in Haze, for more of like when I'm, again, really feeling that sexy vibe. It's still quite sheer, but it's way darker. Like, I mean, I can't really put it on top, but it's more of like a berry. Like if I'm gonna do really neutral eye makeup and make my lips pop, and it's like very glossy. So it definitely draws a lot of attention to your lips. It's like very, very glossy. Then I was out of my powder. What the item that they were sold out of was the Laura Mercier like talc-free setting powder. So let's see if that one's, I can order that one online. I think that one can be ordered online. Yeah, that one can be ordered online. So I like to use combination. That's my new thing. I used to use this, but I feel like this is probably one of the best like colored setting powders you can get ever. But if you really want like an airbrushed look under your eyes, like so that it doesn't crease, you guys know like the baking method or putting really fine powder. And it's so ironic, they came out and they're like, oh, by the way, we've had talc in our product. So now there's a talc-free option, but that's really common in powders. It's not good, but this one's really great. So this is in the shade Breezy. So I got this as like my main setting powder, but I don't like to set this like under my eyes and stuff because I want to get that airbrushed effect. I got a really light concealer just for brightening under my eyes. The Kosas is one of my favorite ones. I feel like it's one of the best concealers out there, especially like in the clean sector. And this one's super light, like it's almost white. It's in 0.5. So this I got to put like right under my eyes for like really extra brightening. I also like love the Touche Eclat for more of like a corrector, but this too. I'm turning 26, so my under eyes need it. I'm running out of my bronzer, and I've been wanting to try this cream bronzer for like literally months, but it's always been out of stock for so long. This is the last one. I was like, she's mine. It's the Say one. And it's in the light bronze. It really reminds me of the Chanel bronzer. That used to be like my it item back in the day, but they sell it in mainland China, so they test on animals, so that like kind of rubs me the wrong way. Not kind of, but like even right now I wanted to buy the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation instead of mine that was sold out, but like they say they don't test on animals, but they sell in mainland China, which is a great, you have to test on animals. This is what the cream bronzer look like. This is, I feel like hopefully this will be like a Chanel bronzer dupe. I remember like I love that bronzer so much. If I was ever out of stock, we had to run and get it. It's so good. And then final product I got, also I've had this before, I really love it, Kosas. Kosas is a really great brand for a lot of products. Air Brow, and this is in taupe, to give the brows the fluffiness. I use the Chantecaille brow pencil. It's like the best angled brow pencil you'll ever try in your life. 100% recommend it. I'll link it. It's like waterproof, it lasts so well, but this like, I like this because I remember it gives this like, yeah, I like this like lifted look that it gives, because it, you know, it's obviously gel, so it just gives it more of a lifted look. Everyone's looking at me in the car now doing this haul. And again, this is just in the color taupe. I believe it's the lightest one. I remember this went really quick though, so hopefully it'll last me longer. I'll link all the items, of course, that I got. She gave me 2 samples, which is really nice. She gave me like an Olaplex hair perfector sample and a Mika Dream Routine Overnight Hydration Treatment. But essentially, Breezy from Kosas, we have the Breezy Powder, Air Brow Concealer. From Hourglass, we have the 2 Phantom Glosses. And then we have the Light Bronze from Say. The other product that was out of stock that I wanted is the Charlotte Tilbury, the Perfecting Foundation, the airbrush one. So I'm gonna have to order that online. Hopefully it can come with like fast shipping, because I haven't been liking how like my makeup has been setting on my face recently. I don't know, I told you something's been off. This is what happens during Pisces season. Like you'll find what's just like not working. Like what was once fine and you would just be like whatever, like you just feel re-inspired to reinvent yourself. And I think this happens through a lot, especially if you're a woman. I don't know, do you ever feel that where you're just like, oh my gosh, my closet just doesn't feel like me, or like, oh my gosh, my makeup, it just doesn't feel like me. It's usually something sparks it. Usually maybe you see something you like better, or someone like hints something to you, like usually something sparks it, or just a dissatisfaction. Like this just, and it invites a glow up and an up level. Like when we feel frustrated or upset in some area of our life, quote unquote, that's when we often up level. So for me, I was like, I'm not liking the way like my powder slash foundation, like my face makeup, I just didn't like it. And my skincare is really great. My skin prep is really good. So I knew it was like the product. So like I am really excited to try these two new things. I am annoyed that lip liner is like sold out in like every pretty much shade. But eventually, whatever. I don't know. It's like, today I'm just like feeling kind of spicy, and I just like don't want to just sit at home. Like I just was like, I like wanted to do something, which is so not like me on my period. Like on my period normally, on my moon, and I talk about my course, it's really important to be inward and rest, but I also was like that a day ago. So I feel like I got that kind of like, I would say out of my system, and I feel like I did that, and now my body has like energy. I don't know, I'm like, I want to go do, so I'm gonna go to this coffee shop, like co-working space, and I'm just gonna like organize my month. There's so much in March, like I was saying. Oh my gosh, this car is driving so fast, bruh. Like so many things. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Yeah, I'm literally going the wrong way, but whatever, I'll go this way. But there's so many things, like the 2 ceremonies that I'm hosting. So one is on the 5, 6, 7, on the 9th, on March 9th. I'll put the tickets to it here. I'm gonna actually maybe launch that one right now as I go, like do the Eventbrite for it. Then of course the spring equinox new moon one on the 21st. Then I'm running my feminine nourish course. Like March is really packed for me. Also of course the full moon in Virgo magic manifestation candle is going to launch on Tuesday. The new moon in Pisces candles, we still have some left. I haven't talked about it, so if you want to get your order in, that is like, if you're wanting to manifest with it, like everything I've been talking about, like use that candle to set your intention about, like daydream and visualize the woman or man you're becoming. Light the candle, meditate with it, let it like leave it burning. Obviously if you're scared about leaving it burning, you can just light it, and then when it's like at its end, like burn it out yourself. I always say that like if you're freaked out because the flame can get big, and I totally understand, just like watch it towards the end stages, like keep it near you and just burn it out when it's like at the very bottom. So definitely grab the new moon in Pisces one, because they're gonna be gone forever once the full moon in Leo one launches. This has been happening, so once a batch is gone, it's gone for good. And then people are like, oh, do you have any of those left? And it's like, no, when it's gone for good. That's why I always say place your order. It's not just like a marketing tactic on my part, like it's literally like once it's gone, you guys, like I'm really not lying, like that there's no more of that batch. And I feel like especially if you really want to get one, because the energy is unique for every single magic manifestation candle. Like the full moon in Leo one was a powerful obstacle remover. I even saved some extra ones, made extra ones for myself because it's so powerful. Then this new moon in Pisces one is so good for creative visualization, for manifesting through visualizing, through feeling into it, through like embodiment, like main character energy loading vibe. And the full moon in Virgo is gonna have a completely different energy. So I'm really excited. I've been talking so much, you guys, but let me know if you want me to share more of like my glow up process. Like if you want me to show, like haul the items that I'm adding to my spring sensual capsule collection, or like I can, like let me know. I will be so happy to share that. And I'll like share, I'm gonna be like recording more as it gets warmer, more of like just like lifestyle content for, like, okay, not like, so all my posts are like kind of like based around everything I love, spirituality, manifestation, all that stuff. But the content I'll be using, like the videos, I'll share my outfits in those videos essentially, if you get what I mean, more, right? Because right now it's been really cold and it was raining, and so I haven't been able to like step into that. But that's perfect because it's not Aries season yet, so like we are in the creation. It's almost like when you're planning a wedding, you're in the planning era, and then you're like visualizing, you're planning, you're getting all the things, and then it's the wedding. It's the same thing right now. It's like your wedding of the you, celebrating you. It's like you're like, who am I becoming in this next energetic cycle? Who is she? Who is he? What do they like? What do they wear? What do they look like? And you're doing the things, you're getting the pieces together, you're maybe selling stuff that doesn't serve you, you're getting ready for Aries season. Like think about Aries season as like your official rebirth. I'm so excited to lead a ceremony on this, on the transformation ceremony. Those are always so epic. So if you want to dive deeper, and I'll share even more about all these energetics, definitely join that ceremony. It's gonna be powerful. Ticket, full replay always included, full recording with ticket. Even if you come live or don't come live, you get it. I'm a bad bitch, I roll that way. I let everyone keep it so that they can do it. And I always cut out the meditation that I channel. It's a guided meditation and a sound bath, gentle hypnosis, and energy healing. That's what's inside each ceremony as well. And I cut that clip out as well, so you get to keep it just as an audio, because a lot of people like to listen to it before bed or in the morning later. So it's gonna be epic. So I just went and just did a little bit of work. I essentially moved the masterclass I'm hosting a really amazing masterclass, especially if you're a business owner or a freelancer or an entrepreneur or content creator, anything like that. It's how to structure your business for success. It's called Give Your Business a Facelift. If you're an entrepreneur, it's a must. This is some of the most valuable information that I teach in like private sessions that I've learned from working with everyone from people who are just starting their business to 6- and 7-figure leaders who I work with. So it's some of the best information you can get on how to structure your business for your goals, because you could be creating content, you could be launching things, or you could be running your business and you might feel like it's not growing, or you feel stagnant or not inspired, or you're not meeting your goals, and it's because the structure is usually what's off. Whenever I do private business sessions, when I work with someone, so if you ever have done that with me or you will in the future, these are amazing. We quickly find if your structure is supportive, and usually it's not. Usually it's like literally a few minor tweaks to make, and that literally the following month for that person, their whole business changes, because it's really hard to see in your own cup. It's much easier for someone on the outside to see. And so I moved that because I'm on my moon today, and I'm worried that tomorrow I might not be feeling like 100%. And when I show up to teach, if you've been in anything, you know I show up like energized and pumped and ready, and I want to show up as my best self. And also this week I've been kind of not really on social media too much, been kind of in my own inner world in my luteal phase, and I haven't been able to talk about it as much or anything like that as well, or really share about it. And I don't want to be tired tomorrow, so I moved it to Tuesday, March 7th. So I'll put the description down below. The coffee I got is really good. I decided though, like, part of me for some reason is like so determined right now. Where's my card key? To get the Charlotte Tilbury foundation and powder that I'm like, do I just go right now to Nordstrom? It's honestly not far from here, and I'm just like, I just want it to be done. Like, I don't want to pay for shipping. I don't want to do all that. Like, you know when you have an inspiration, you just want it done? I don't know if anyone else feels that way. It's probably a Gemini thing. Like, when I get an idea, I want it done 5 minutes ago. Like, and I have a client like that, we joke. She's like, whenever you tell me like to do something, or whenever she's like, whenever she gets an idea, she's like, I do it like right away. Because I feel like I really believe that when the energy is there for something, it's like meant. Obviously there are times where it's good to sit on something and think about it 100%, but there are times where like the energy is just there and you have to trust it. And like I don't know, you're inspired to go sign up for something or do something, like trust that spark that's in your body. And I feel like right now I'm having that spark to go, and I feel like I should just trust it. I am a lot more tired than normal. Like, I don't know if you can tell from my video, like right now, from my personality, because normally I'm very energized, but it's starting to hit me. Like, I really do need to like be in my own inner cocoon, but I also just love talking. Like, I really feel like my purpose is sharing information. I mean, it's kind of obvious in everything that I do, and so I feel like if I don't feel fulfilled. Like, if I just sit with myself some days, like, I love reflecting, I love being, but I love sharing information. You guys, they were sold out at Nordstrom. They don't even have it. They're like, yeah, we don't have any. We've been sold out, having issues like getting it for 2 years. So I just ordered it on Sephora. So it's literally sold out in like every Sephora, it seems. It's sold out in Nordstrom. So if you want the, now that I've ordered it, I can tell you what it is. Now I don't have to gatekeep it. Because before I was like, I'm gatekeeping it. It's a Hollywood Flawless Filter Foundation, which is so crazy because it's been around forever. This is like what TikTok does. I don't even have the app. I don't recommend having the app because you're gonna get convinced you need like everything instead of following your own instincts. Like, yes, it can be good that like you might, instead of like having to buy 5 products to find a good one, someone can share a good one. But also a lot of the time, people aren't taking into consideration how clean the product is and a lot of other factors, and there's usually something better. Like, people find the most mainstream thing, so it can be good in terms of like finding like a cool hack or a really niche product. I agree, but I think it's so much more fulfilling when you find it yourself in a way, or you just find it from someone else who like you trust. I don't know, I'm supposed to be like some mixed thoughts, but essentially it's crazy. So I ordered online. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm in the lightest shade, just for reference. I swatched it in Sephora. I thought I was gonna be shade 2 or even 2.5. No, I'm 1 fair and with like the pink undertones. But they did have, I needed a lip liner. This is a classic, I've had it before. So I got Pillow Talk. I wish I got it at Sephora so I get my points, but it's literally the exact same shade as my lips. So not to flex, but my lips are Pillow Talk. I mean, not trying to flex here, but oh my gosh. My husband's calling me. I told him I was at the coffee shop working. Hello?
Hey, you alright? Have you left yet?
Yeah, I just stopped by. Love you. When your husband asks where you are, you're like, babe, I am working. I am working right now. Why are you calling me? I'm kidding. He knows, I don't lie. Okay, so I saw this hack that you want to line upwards. Not down. I saw a girl in there with a lot of lip filler, and I remember when that used to be me back in the day. It's so easy to get carried away. You have to have someone in your life be your lip filler police. I haven't gotten lip filler in a long time. I think since 2021. Maybe at the beginning of last year. But I'm very honest. Like, I would share about it. So, okay. That's like everything for today. I feel like so far, I probably will vlog a little more. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I'm glad like I got all the goodies that I wanted. I didn't order they were sold out of the translucent powder too, the talc free Laura Mercier. So I'm actually on their PR list when I get their products. So I'm just gonna wait until I get it in the mail, or maybe like I've gotten it, I didn't open the package. So I'm gonna go check all my PR mail and see if I have it in there actually before ordering it. So yes.